For over 6 years now, there's been at least one person standing outside 49 Portland Place in London, the site of the Chinese embassy, night and day, regardless of weather conditions. All of them followers of the spiritual practice of Falun Gong. They're keeping vigil in peaceful protest against the Chinese government's persecution of fellow followers in China. Though Falun Gong originated in China in 1992, it quickly grew in popularity, and a great number of Westerners are now eager practitioners. Olivia is one such vigil keeper. Given that most practitioners I've met give different interpretations on their views of their practice, my first question to Olivia was simply what she made of Falun Gong and why she thought they were being persecuted.
Okay, Falun Dafa is called cultivation practice. You cultivate your mind and your body. It's a bit like gardening. For me, it's like gardening. Like you have the good seeds that you plant, but before you plant it, you need to work on the land a bit to make the earth good, and you cannot pull out the bad weeds. So that's what I do in myself. I cultivate my mind, so I eliminate negative thoughts and ways like selfishness and laziness, things like that. And I put in good seeds. And to me, the good seed is Falun Dafa, it's the principles of Falun Dafa. And there's a book, like I carry with me all the time, it's called Falun. And it's written by the founder of the practice, and it tells a lot about Buddhism, principles of Buddhism and Taoism. And the main thing is to be good and to help others, to be of service to others. So why is it persecuted? I don't really understand it myself because I find it totally surreal and totally out of place. Why should people who want to be good be persecuted and be killed? It really doesn't really make sense. There are some theories like it became too popular and they threatened the government, but it's not really political, it's a spiritual practice, so why should they be threatened by it? I mean, I really don't know, and it's one of the saddest things in history right now. Why should these people be persecuted? Why should I be persecuted? Because I want to be good. It doesn't make any sense to me.
She then went on to tell me why she'd started practicing.
I was traveling in India. I was actually in China in '98. And when I came back into the UK in '99, a friend told me about this amazing healing practice that she recommended to me. So I went to the class in Houston. I did the exercises and they were really, really powerful. And yeah, I kind of wanted to know more about this practice. I started to go to a class in December '99.
On being asked why she joined the vigil, her simple response was, for my fellow practitioners.
A lot of them are being killed and then they're incinerated. Like the organs have been harvested alive, and there's no actually proof of how many are being killed, but I reckon millions of them. I mean, there are millions of them in labor camps right now, but we can only know from the cases that we found out about through people in China who have the information, and they send to us, they risk their lives to send to us over the internet more information. But yeah, I think when the persecution ends, we will probably know the millions of people persecuted right now.
Having been at the Chinese embassy a number of times, none of which I'd met Olivia, I began to feel curious about the way the vigil worked.
Well, how we work out the shifts is that we take turns according to our time. So if we are working during the day, some of us come early morning, some of us come during the day. Like today I'm not working, so I'm doing from 9 to 2. Around 2 there will be someone else coming. I don't really know who comes. There's one of us who coordinates the shift. And some of us come at night time because it's 24 hours, so there's always someone in the night. And basically we have a coordinator and we just do as many times as we can. Well, when it's raining we have a weatherproof clothes like this one, and we have more. When it's cold we have like, actually God made it herself. She's kind of use a blanket and put a weatherproof yellow thing. So we cover our legs because we do the meditation on the hour. We send Russian thoughts to the embassy to clear negative thoughts and feelings towards us. And that's how we try to send compassion to the embassy so they end the persecution. So we are quite prepared and we have a warm heart. That's what matters.
Minutes after her explanation, Olivia politely excused herself and got on with her 15-minute meditation, which she claimed was to forgive the Chinese government for what they'd done and to clean them from negative energies. Shortly after, we resumed our chat and she explained the kinds of activities they held to raise awareness and the response these activities had.
Yeah, this Saturday we have a rally and it'll be starting here in front of the embassy and we'll be going to all the way down to Trafalgar Square and Chinatown because it's to commemorate the start of the persecution, 28th of April. So we're kind of going to do a rally. We do many activities.
Like what?
For example, I'm training as a news reporter, so I want to tell the truth by actually reporting myself about it because it's not reported by a lot of media in the West and definitely not by the Chinese media. So we tell people as we can about it. We have leaflets, we tell people, and we try our best in many ways. People happiness in many ways, doing what they can. There's MPs that gave us a lot of support in saving particular practitioners' cases, and they were successful in letting them out of labor camps and persecution. There's the Friends of Falun Gong, which is run by non-practitioners who help to give out information. There's different bodies, but it's not enough. The persecution is still happening and it's definitely not enough help, so we are welcoming any help we can.
Given that the Chinese embassy chose not to comment on the matter, and that a number of its representatives refused to talk to us, I asked Olivia how the Chinese government reacted to Falun Dafa's claims of illegal imprisonment and organ harvesting.
Total denial. I mean, they deny they are harvesting organs, and we have actually photographs of people cut up in the middle, and it definitely shows that they've been harvested. It's been also on the internet. They publicly announced that you can buy an organ within 2 weeks. And when people have called them up, they say, yeah, we have a Falun Gong because they are more healthy. So they kind of use it as really good kind of publicity. And also total brainwashing for the people in China. They are totally brainwashing to believing that they are not doing it. And then they're actually telling us that we are committing suicide and a lot of things like that is not true. So it is a very sad story. And that's why the media is so important to help tell the story. So it's like a brick wall. And it's also, I mean, if you speak to Chinese people in Chinatown and you say Falun Gong, they're like, they created this big kind of like a horror movie about Falun Gong, like we are this kind of horrible people. And they believe it. That's the sad point, that they actually believe it. They believe what the government is telling them. So basically, the CCP, or the Chinese Communist Party, is spending all of the tax money of its own people into persecuting this peaceful practice. They're using spies, and they're brainwashing their own people by saying that we are an evil cult, that we commit suicide, which is totally definitely not right.
This is but one of a great number of vigil keepers around the world trying to raise awareness of the claimed injustices going on in China today. And if their claims are true, shouldn't we be doing more to help?